Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah शिवाय, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Har 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 Mahadeva, Har 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 Mahadeva. Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya, 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 Hari, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya, Hari, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya, Hari, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya, Hari, Om Shivaya Hari, Om Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om
Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Namami Shameshan Nirvan Rupam Vibhum Vyapakam Brahma Veda Swarupam Nijam Nirgunam Nirvikalpam Niriham Chidakashivakashivasam Nirakar Onkar Moolam Turiyam Gira Gyan Gotitamisam Girisham विशालं महाकालकालं कृपालं गुणागार संसार पारं नतोऽहं तुषाराद्रि शंकाश गौरं गभीरं मनोभूतकोटि प्रभाश्री शरीरं स्फुरणमालिकल्लोलिनी चारुगंगा लसत भाल भालेन्दुकण्ठे भुजंगा चलत कुंडलं भ्रूसुनेत्रं विशालं प्रसन्नाननं नीलकण्ठं दयालं मृगाधीश चर्माम्बरं मुन्दमालं प्रियं शङ्करं सर्वनाथं प्रचण्डं प्रकृष्टं प्रगल्भं परेशम् अखण्डं अजं भानुकोटिप्रकाशं त्रयः शूलनिर्मूलनं शूलपाणिं भजेऽहं भवानीं पतिं भावगम्यम् कलातीत कल्याण कल्पान्तकारी सदा सज्जनानन्ददाता पुरारी चिदानन्द सन्दोह मोह पहारी प्रसीद प्रसीद मधु मन्मतारी नयावद उमानाथ पादारविन्दं भजन्ति लोके परे वानरान् न तावत् सुखं शान्ति सन्तापनाशं प्रसीद प्रभो सर्वभूतादिवासं न जानामि योगं जपं नैव पूजां न तोऽहं सदा सर्वदा जरा जन्म दुःखो गतादप्यमानं प्रभु पाहि यापन्नमामीश शम्भो प्रभु पाहि यापन्नमामीश शम्भो प्रभु पाहि यापन्नमामीश शम्भो। ओम शंकर भगवान की जय। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ओम
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिव योगेश्वरा हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
योगेश्वरा शिव योगेश्वरा हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओ योगेश्वरा शिव योगेश्वरा हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
योगेश्वरा शिव योगेश्वरा हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
ओ हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय
हर हर
भोले
नमः शिवाय
विश्वेश्वं माधवं धुन्दिं धन्दपानी च भैरवं वन्दे काशीं गुह्यां गङ्गा भवानी मणिकर्णिका शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः हर 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 महादेव शंभो बोले श्री उमापति महादेव की भवानी शंकर भगवान की जय अन्नपूर्ण माता की जय. All right. Everybody is invited to come now, offer your prasadam and whatever you've brought. Please limit it. Let's come to Lord Shiva and then you can go back. So we will make use of the time. Thank you. You can have Kirtan, Bhajanam, Sankirtanam, Mahashivratri.
शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा सदा शिवा हे सांब शिवा सदा शिवा हे सांब शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा अम्बा सहिता सांब शिवा अम्बा सहिता सांब शिवा सांब शिवा हे सदा शिवा सांब शिवा हे सदा शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा सदा शिवा हे सांब शिवा सदा शिवा हे सांब शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा अम्बा सहिता सांब शिवा अम्बा सहिता सांब शिवा सांब शिवा हे सदा शिवा सांब शिवा हे सदा शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा सदा शिवा हे सांब शिवा सदा शिवा हे सांब शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा शंकर शंकर सदा शिवा हे शिव शंकर नमः हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो हे गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर हे गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो 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 हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो हे गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर हे गिरिजापति भवानी शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो शिव शंकर शंभो शिव शंकर शंभो शिव शंकर शंभो हे शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो शिव शंकर शंभो शिव शंकर शंभो बोलो बोलो सब मिला बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो बोलो bolo, सब मिला बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय, 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 बोलो बोलो सब मिला बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय, जूता चिता में गंगाधारी, जूता चिता में गंगाधारी, त्रिशूलधारी, डमरू बजावे त्रिशूलधारी, डमरू बजावे, डम 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 डमरू बजे, डम 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 डमरू बजे, गुंजुत ओम नमः शिवाय, गुंजुत ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। मेरे मन वीरा की तारे, हर पल शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाई लगन, मेरे मन वीरा की तारे, हर पल शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाई लगन, जप बोले का नाम प्रेम से सुबह हो शाम, जप बोले का नाम प्रेम से सुबह हो शाम, शिव की भक्ति में होके मगन, मेरे मन वीरा की तारे, हर पल शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाई लगन। तोरे जग के छूटे बंधन, शिव भक्ति में रंग के जीवन, तोरे जग के छूटे बंधन, शिव भक्ति में रंग के जीवन, मन में शिव है, शिव में है मन, कर दिया खुद को शिव के अर्पण, शिव मेरे साथ है, दिन रात है, साथी है धरती गगन, मेरे मन वीरा की तारे, हर पल शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाई लगन, मेरे मन वीरा की तारे, हर पल शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाई लगन, मैंने शिव से लगाई लगन, मैंने शिव से लगाई लगन।
बोले शंकर भगवान की जय। भवानी शंकर भगवान की जय। शिवतनये वरिष्ठं सर्वकल्याणमूर्तिं परशुकमलहस्तं शोभितं मोदकेन अरुणकुसुममाला व्याललम्बोदरन्तं मम हृदये निवासं श्रीगणेशं नमामि। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। We bow to Bhagwan Shivji, Mahadev Bhagwan, Devo ki Deva Mahadev, the Lord of all the Devatas, the Lord of Kailash, the Lord of Ma Annapurna, Bhavani Devi, and seek His blessings this evening. As we admire the mountains as beauty, Bhagwan Shivji sits on top of them. Today we bow to the Lord. In just a day's time, we'll be celebrating the most powerful, energized day of the year, Mahashivratri. To Lord Shiva we bow and we seek His blessings to prepare us mentally and physically for this great venture of experiencing the greatest thrill of our life, Mahadev Bhagwan's great night. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Tasmai Namaha Param Karan Karanaya Dipto Jvalajvalit Pingalalochanaya Nagendrahar Kritakundalabhushanaya Brahmendra Vishnu Varadaya Namah Shivaya. Om त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतात् 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 नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतात् नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतात् नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतात् नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतात् नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतात् नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Vishvesham Madhavam Tundam Dhandapanyam Cha Bhairavam Bande Kashim Guhyam Ganga Bhavani Manikarnika Bhavani Manikarnika Bhavani Manikarnika. Bole Shiv Shankar Bhagavan ki jai. Umapati Mahadeva ki, Pavan Sut Hanuman ki jai. Siyavar Ramachandra ki jai. जह शिव की विचरण करते हैं उस भूमि को काशी कहते हैं. It's a beautiful bhajan I'd like to start with this evening. On behalf of our mandir, I'd like to welcome all of you to this beautiful fourth session of our Shiv Puran Katha. Last night and the 2 nights before, we learned beautiful katha about the worship of the Lord and how it is done, and some very unique things about, fasting and so on to Bhagwan Mahadev. This evening we'll delve a little bit more into the Purana and keep it very simple for everyone to understand the greatness of this great Shiv Puran that we're reading. And this evening I want to welcome all of you on behalf of all our Shrotas, who I will acknowledge, of course, this evening. We're also excited. Tomorrow the children, I don't know about any other region, but I think Peel region, we have day off tomorrow for the children. They call it PD day, I call it a day off for the children tomorrow. So they get to stay up a little late tonight and help tidy up the temple and clean up everything and sleep in tomorrow. And the teachers get a PD day as well, but I think that's a slash day off for them as well too. And then of course the world has arranged that we have a long weekend for Bhagwan Mahadev's celebration this year. Totally excited. And some of the university kids have reading week next week, so they don't have to catch train and so on to go to school. Some of them, not all of them. All the ones who are who come to the temple, at least they have the week off for reading week next week. So Bhagwan's blessings to all of you, and so thrilled. Today is been an unusual day. It is one of those days where all that you have done is simply coming to a level. When you're doing fast, you have that one day in every week or every 2 weeks where you're extremely hungry and you're extremely tired and you're extremely sleepy. You see, when all of them hit you one day, you can imagine one day you're hungry, that's fine, at least you're alert. Or one day you're okay, you eat little fruits and things, you're alright, but you sleep. But you see, when all three hit you one day, boy, it's a whole different thing. So Bhagwan Shiva is going to help us though to get over this little bit of test, because he wants us to slow down a little bit because we have a bit of a marathon coming up tomorrow. When we start tomorrow morning, we're not going to finish till Sunday morning. That is how we work in the temple here. But right now, No. Tomorrow morning we start puja here. We're not going to finish till Sunday morning. You understand? Because whole day we got to wake up, we got to come back evening for Katha. Tomorrow night, whole night we're up. We're not going to sleep tomorrow. You sleep tomorrow night? Then we got to be here 5 o'clock morning Saturday. You get my drift? Whole day Saturday, whole night Sunday night, till Sunday morning. A Saturday night, whole night Sunday morning. You'll have to look out. I'm going to say a couple of crazy things tonight because my head is very, very light. So just be on the alert. Let's go to Kashi. Bole Kashi Vishwanath Bhagavan ki Jai. Kashi is a beautiful place, what we call Banaras, where people go to buy sari. But it is the capital city of the Lord. They made it up so beautiful. I heard, I didn't go back since they make it. But before time, when I do sadhana like 3 o'clock in the morning at the Manikarnika Ghat, among everything that's there, you have to travel through the bush and so on to come back to the temple. Now they made a direct pathway from the temple to the Ghat. I only saw it and it is so beautiful. And of course, when you go to Kashi, Shivji Bhagwan is there, and he's there in very, very beautiful energy as well. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. This song was sung by Hariom Sharanji. You have to give acknowledgement to the singers as well. Jai Vishwanath, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Jah Shiv ji vicharan karte us भूमि को काशी कहते हैं. जहाँ शिव जी विचरण करते उस भूमि को काशी कहते हैं. ये मोक्षदायिनी काशी है, ये पतित पावनी काशी है. ये मोक्षदायिनी काशी है, ये पतित पावनी काशी है. यहाँ काशी को पावन रजकण को, इस भूमि को काशी कहते हैं. जय विश्वनाथ, ओम नमः शिवाय. जय विश्वनाथ, ओम नमः शिवाय. आनंदवन रुद्रवास ये शिव काशी वाराणसी. आनंद रुद्र वास ये, शिव काशी वाराणसी, महाश्मशान तपस्थली, मुक्ति भूमि वाराणसी, महाश्मशान तपस्थली, मुक्ति भूमि वाराणसी, त्रिपुरारी की नगरी है ये, त्रिपुरारी की नगरी है ये, शिव शंभू की थे ये पुरी, जग विपदा हो रनि नगरी में, जग विपदा हो रनि नगरी में, गंगा तट धारणी नगरी, जहाँ पाप सभी से निकटे उस भूमि को काशी कहते हैं, जहाँ विश्वनाथ ओम नमः शिवाय, जय विश्वनाथ ओम नमः शिवाय। शिव त्रिशूल पे ठहरी हुई है, परम पावनी है काशी, शिव त्रिशूल पे ठहरी हुई है, परम पावनी है काशी, परम भक्ति की कान है ये, तन मन भावन ये काशी, परम भक्ति की कान है ये, तन मन भावन ये काशी, सफल देवता अति दिन रूप से, सकल देवता अति दिन रूप से, नित्य ही पूजन परते, ज्योतिर्लिंग विश्वेश्वर जी का, ज्योतिर्लिंग विश्वेश्वर जी का, जिस दर्शन पर खेल है ते, जहाँ विश्वनाथ जी हंसते हैं, उस भूमि को काशी कहते हैं, जय विश्वनाथ ओम नमः शिवाय, जय विश्वनाथ ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय,
ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय,
जय विश्वनाथ ओम नमः शिवाय, जय विश्वनाथ ओम नमः शिवाय, जय विश्वनाथ ओम नमः शिवाय, जय विश्वनाथ ओम
नमः शिवाय,
ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय, 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 ओम नमः शिवाय। Jai Vishwanath Om
Namah Shivaya. Jai Vishwanath Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Vishwanath Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Vishwanath Om
Namah Shivaya.
Bole Shankar Bhagavan ki Jai. In the city of Kashi, Bhagwan Shivji resides as Vishwanath. He is a Jyotirlingam there of the Lord. And Jyotirlingam means, Jyotir means light. It means that which was not created by anyone, as long as those lingams are worshipped. People may ask the question. A lot of times people go there, you see how much milk they throw on Shiva. And then, there's a certain set of people who will make the comments like this, why give God so much milk when right on the street there are so many children hungry, that kind of thing, right? All very good. I think people say those things with a good heart, nothing wrong with that. But we waste so many things. One day, I was doing Shiv Puja here, and a person came in, and the same thing, no? Why are you giving milk to a stone? If you save all that milk, you could send it to Africa, and you can save people's life and all that kind of thing. I said, good, no problem. All that good, right? You know how many in 2021, I don't know about 2022, 2021, the biggest food chain of this country, Loblaw, I used to work for them then, conducted a research. And it showed that over $40 billion were thrown away in the garbage in the form of food waste. Over $40 billion. You know what that amounts to? Right? When we sit at the table and mommy and daddy give us a roti and dal for eat, and then for some reason you eat half, and then the half is left there, goes into the garbage. Garbage it goes into. Mommy and daddy cook rice and whatever it is, and they cook it and whatever curry they give or whatever, you eat a little bit, garbage, right? You go to the restaurant, you go to the buffet, you see everything and you're like, oh boy, the belly full, the eye full, right? You see everything and you take everything, but you can't eat everything. And what happened? Garbage. Because they don't do anything with that. For over $40 billion of food were thrown away as waste. As waste. Things that in front of our face like this. Now that don't happen to me, because anybody who hang around me, they'll know that food is one thing. My family, we don't make joke with that. You eat, you take what you can eat, and if you need more, you take back again. So when we make comments like this, like, why throw a glass of milk over Shivji when you can take that to Africa and feed somebody? We got to leave God aside for a moment. If we were taking care of the $40 billion of waste, right, that we have made in that year, and I'm sure it amounted to more because, whatever, population is growing and so, if we took care of that, then let's come talk about what we're doing here. What we're doing here, my friends, is unique. Milk bathing ceremony. Tomorrow we'll talk about that, Shiva Tattva. Why you use the milk, why you use the honey, why you use ghee, why you use what? All these things to bathe the lingam. You use all kind of things to shine your body. If you take a stone, a lingam, off the market just like that, whether it be Narmadeshwar lingam or not. Our lingam is a Narmadeshwar lingam. Back home, like when you go to the market and there's a whole bunch of watermelon, you pick one, you knock them like this and thing. You go to the Narmada river. Narmada Devi, the river was blessed, given this blessing, that in her lifetime, in this age, she would produce lingam. Just like the watermelon will grow on the farm, the lingam will grow in the water. People go there and they pick up lingam like this one here. This is called Narmadeshwar lingam. It came naturally from the river Narmada, right? If you pick up a lingam off the market, of the store or wherever it is, and you just put it beside a lingam that is already pran pratishtha, you'll see a great difference, a huge difference. You'll see one of them full of life, and you'll see one of them that needs to be full of life. If you take the carved murtis, you know these murtis, if you look at the pictures from the time they came into this temple, right, 2016 to now, you will see big differences in their expression. Ma Durga, you look at her, the pictures then, 2016 to now, you'll see great difference in the smile, in the expression, in the eyes. Because life was put into it, and life was kept in the murtis. This is the science, or this is the Vedic science called prana pratishtha. When you put life into the murtis, and you keep the lives there. This is the science of our dharma. Similarly, whatever we do with these lingams and so on, this is the energy process. We throw water, we throw little milk, honey and thing to give it a glow, to put life into it so we can feel the reverberation of that lingam in our lives, right? We can feel that reverberation. So the Hindu science is so deep, it is so meaningful, and we feel it, right? These murtis, there's nobody who can look at any of these murtis here and say that this is a carving. They are alive. You want to know about anything, the health of anything, you look into their eyes. An animal, if a dog, or if a monkey, or whoever it is, a cat, or a human being, you look right into the eyes. It will tell you how sick they are, or how healthy they are. Same with the murti. You look into the eyes of the murtis, you will see so much of vigor, so much of prana, so much of life in all of them. This is the science that we have here. So that is why one of the reasons we offer these things to our Devata. Tomorrow we'll talk about Shiva Tattva. I'll prepare you for Shivratri. Meaning, I'll prepare you. So when on Shivratri day, when you're doing puja, you must know why you're doing these things. This evening, I want to say thank you to all our shrotas. Of course, our in-house Shrota, our in-person Shrota, Bhaiji David Mani and his family. We want to ask Bhagwan's blessings on them. David is a volunteer of this temple and has always been for many, many years. He's gone through a period of sickness in which the Lord and his friends and his family supported him. And today we're so happy to still have him with us, with his family. And today he is giving thanks to Bhagwan Shivji for the Lord's blessings and the Lord's guidance. We all pray and ask that Bhagwanji continue to keep him well and protect him and his family so that they can always, of course, be together. Today we want to thank as well our other sponsors who are not here. Uncle Inderjeet and Auntie Vedwati. This is Yadav's parents, of course, Sarah's in-laws. Happy Shivratri to our family and friends from near and far. May Bhagwan Shivji shower upon you all his choicest blessings. Thank you very much, Uncle Inderjeet and Auntie Vedwati. Also this evening, giving thanks to Bhagwan Shiva and dedication to our children, Sean, Stefan and Shania. Bhagwan's blessings always from Kavita and Wadikar Bipta, and they're here this evening as well. Over there. Thank you very much, Kavita, and your family for always being here in the temple and supporting these causes as well. This evening, we're giving thanks to Gayatri Narayan, who is sponsoring virtually as well. God bless you, Gayatri. Auntie Doris and an uncle, of course, they are no stranger to us. They are giving thanks for life and good health to all family and friends. Happy Mahashivratri. Even the seniors are sending in their sponsorships. Bhagwan's blessings to you, Auntie Daris and Uncle Balkisun. From Sita, Partab and family, giving thanks and gratitude to Lord Shiva for all the goodness, kindness and blessings he bestowed on my family, my extended family, my loved ones, and to the Bhavani Shankar Mandir, of course. Thank you very much. Sita Partab and Bhagwan Shivji's blessings on you. to Dan Madhu, Uncle Dan from Texas. Thank you, Uncle Dan. He sends Bhagwan Shivji's blessings and best wishes to everyone. He's a very dedicated listener and viewer of our program. God bless you, Uncle Dan. Sponsor for this Shri Puran Katha coming from the Ramnarayan and Amati Dukhya of Queens, New York. The people of Queens are always very in tune with us. Coming from Ramnarayan and Amati Dukhya of Queens, thanking Mahadev Bhagwan for his blessings with strength and health and happiness for our family. Also Pandit Hardat and the BSM team. Thank you very much to this lovely family for your kind sponsorship. Bhagwan's blessings to you always. Happy and blessed birthday to Dharma Chand of Parika. Hello everybody from Parika. Parika is Guyana if you don't know. Happy and blessed birthday to Dharma Chand of Parika, Guyana, who is giving thanks and gratitude to Bhagwan Shiv Shankar on a special day. Immense love from the entire family. And we send lots of love here from Bhavani Shankar Mandir to you as well and to all the lovely people of Parika. Says Narayan Sugrim, Vedwati, Melissa and Brandon. They are giving thanks today to Bhagwan Shivji for the blessings on their family as well. This is from New Jersey. Wishing all a very prayerful Shivratri. We would like to give thanks to Bhagwan Shivji and Ma Parvati for their continued guidance and blessings from the Ram Lochan family of New Jersey. Diane and Ram Lochan of New Jersey, always loyal viewers to the program and contributors to the temple as well. Thank you so much to the Ram Lochan family. And finally tonight, Savitri Chopra, Rachel, Marlon, Tanya and Athena giving thanks to Bhagwan Shivji as well. We have a lot of sponsors this evening and we continue to ask you to become a sponsor for the temple for this Katha and for Mahashivratri Prahar as well. Bole Shankar Bhagwan ki Jai. Dinesh, are you Sitaram? Thanks for coming. It means you have to sing some nice song and thing now, you know. All right. So this evening I want to talk about Bhagwan Shri Kaal Bhairav. It's a very unique form of the Lord, Shivji. And Kaal Bhairav is a very serious form of the Lord as well. When you see Shiva Shankar smiling, he brings out a different form. You know, Shivji brings out a different form to do all the business. And when it is time for destruction, he brings out Kaal Bhairav. This is a katha that all of you know from the Ramayana that goes over into the Shiva Puran. It's a beautiful nexus between, this beautiful katha. So we'll do that today. And we'll talk about Kaal Bhairav, the Lord of Death, the Lord of Time, the Lord of Death, the Lord of Time. Kala has three meanings: darkness, death, and time. Remember that? I'm going to ask you the end of the katha. Kala means darkness, death, and time. So that's the meaning of Kala. But before we go there, let's tune up our minds, everybody, and give thanks to Bhagwan Shivji. Bole Shankar Bhagavan ki Jai. Namah Parvati Pataye. Har 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 Mahadev Shambhu. What do you offer Bhagwan Shivji to please him? Bhola ko kaise main manavu re, mainu bhola na manu. I don't know what to offer, the devotee is saying. Bhola na manu mainu, Shankar na manu. I don't know what to offer him, because whatever you offer him, he has already given you that. Bhola na manu maini dholak majira. He doesn't need your dholak and your majira. He has his own drum to play. Damaru kaha se mangavaire. Where can I find a damaru to play for the Lord? Shivratri night we'll play damaru for him. Bhola na manu main ghora ya hati. He doesn't need ghora and hati. horse and elephant and all that. He doesn't need Mercedes Benz and BMW and Honda and Volkswagen and things like that. No. Nandi kaha se mangvayo re. Where are you going to find the bhail, Nandi, to offer to him? Mera bhola na manu, bhola na manu mainu, dhoti ya kurta. Bole Baba doesn't need dhoti and kurta. He doesn't wear that. He doesn't wear that. No? So, what you going to give to him? The deer skin you're going to give to him. Bhola na manu mainu, laddu ya pera. Bhagwan Shiv don't fancy your laddu and your pera. What he likes? Bhang kaha se mangvayo re, mera bhola na mane. Bole Shankar Bhagwan ki jai. भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न माने. भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न माने. भोला न माने मैनू शंकर न माने.
भोला न मानो मेरा शंकर न मानो.
ओ भोला न मानू मैनू शंकर न मानू. भोला न मानू मैनू शंकर न मानू. भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न मानू. भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न मानू. भोला न मानू मैनू घोरा या हाथी. भोला न मानू मेरे घोरा या हाथी. अरे भोला न मानू मैं, भोला न मानू मैं घोरा या हाथी. भोला न मानू
मैं घोड़ा या हाथी.
नंदी कहा से मंगवायु रे, मेरा भोला न मानू. नंदी कहा से मनवायु रे, मेरो भोला न मानू. भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न मानू. भोला को कैसे मैं
मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न मानो.
भोला न मानू मैनू, भोला न मानू मैनू लड्डू या पेरा. भोला न मानू मैनू, भोला न मानू मैनू लड्डू या पेरा. भोला न मानू मैनू लड्डू या पेरा. भंगिया का हसे मंगवायु रे, मैनू भोला न मानू. भंगिया कहा से मंगवायु रे, मैनू भोला न मानू. भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मैनू भोला न मानू. भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मैनू भोला न मानू. भोला न मानू मैंने कुर्ता पिजामा. भोला न मानू मेरा कुर्ता पिजामा. भोला न मानू मैनू कुर्ता पजामा. भोला न मानू मैनू
कुर्ता पजामा.
मृक्षाला कहा से मंगवायु रे, मैनू भोला न मानू. मृक्षाला कहा से मैं नाऊ रे, मैनू भोला न मानू. भोला न मानू मैनू शंकर न मानू.
भोला न मानो मेरा शंकर न मानो.
ओ भोला न मानू मैनू शंकर न मानू.
भोला न मानो मेरा शंकर न मानो.
अरे भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मैनू भोला न मानू. भोला Namah Shivaya, Pahi Ma. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Everybody.
Om Namah Shivaya, Pahi Ma.
Bolo Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahi Ma. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Pahi Ma.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Oh Har 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 Mahadeva. Shambho. Har 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 Mahadeva. Oh Har Mahadeva. Oh Har Mahadeva. Har 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 Mahadeva. Bolo Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahi Ma. Om Namah Shivaya. Shambho. Bolo Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahi Ma. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Dam 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 rupa je, dam 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 rupa je, dam 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 rupa je, dam 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 dam. अरे भोलेनाथ शिव डमरू बाजे,
भोलेनाथ शिव डमरू बाजे,
अरे गौरीनाथ शिव डमरू बाजे,
अरे गौरीनाथ शिव डमरू बाजे,
घन 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 घंटा बाजे,
घन 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 घंटा बाजे,
घन 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 घंटा बाजे, अरे पार्वती शिव डमरू बाजे,
पार्वती शिव डमरू बाजे,
पार्वती शिव डमरू बाजे,
अरे पार्वती शिव डमरू बाजे,
भोले बाबा, भोले बाबा, हो भोले बाबा बसो मोरे नगरी, भोले बाबा, भोले बाबा बसो मोरे नगरी, भोले बाबा बसो मोरे नगरी, भोले बाबा,
भोले बाबा बसो मोरे नगरी, भोले बाबा
बसो मोरे नगरी, बसो मोरे नगरी,
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 बसो मोरे नगरी, बसो मोरे नगरी, भोले बाबा, भोले बाबा, हो भोले बाबा बसो मोरे नगरी, भोले बाबा, भोले बाबा बसो मोरे नगरी,
भोले बाबा
दम 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 रूप जे, दम 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 रूप जे, अरे भोलेनाथ शिव डमरू बाजे, भोलेनाथ शिव डमरू
बाजे,
अरे गौरीनाथ शिव डमरू बाजे, गौरीनाथ शिव डमरू
बाजे,
अरे भोलेनाथ शिव डमरू बाजे, भोलेनाथ शिव डमरू बाजे, डमरू बाजे,
डमरू बाजे,
डमरू बाजे, डमरू बाजे, डमरू बाजे, डमरू बाजे, डमरू बाजे, डमरू बाजे। बोले शंकर भगवान की जय। You want to sleep, you have to wake up yourself a little bit. Everybody awake? Hello, everybody awake? You're all sounding like it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Mahashivratri, you're scaring me now. Once upon a time, Bhagwan Shivji, he was married to Mata Sati Devi. There's a story I think most people know here. I'm going to use it to get to my little story this evening. He was married to Mata Sati, and when he was married to Mata Sati, Sati Devi, there is one reason why you don't see Mother Sati and Shivji in a temple. You always see Parvati and Shivji. Well, Parvati is Sati Devi as well. There is, to my knowledge, and I'm saying to my knowledge, there's only one place I know where Bhagwan Shivji and Sati stands together. And if you see that murti, is a very unpleasant face of the Lord. That's in Haridwar at a temple called Daksheshwar Mandir in Haridwar. And it's not a pleasant face of the Lord. He holds Sati in his hands, the dead Sati, or what we think is dead Sati. He holds the Sati in his hands and he's crying. He's crying. He stands up and he's crying. He's not giving darshan, he's not blessing, he's not smiling, he's crying. Because everyone, my friends, will go through pains one day. And although we are tough and so on, we will express our pains in very unpleasant ways sometimes. And nothing wrong with that, as long as you establish a start time and an end time to it. Bhagwan Shivji was married to Devi Sati. And their first major interaction was with Bhagwan Ram. Remember the story? When Devi Sati and Shivji were in the forest, Ram Bhagwan was walking. Who was Ram Bhagwan? Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram, Kaushalya Dulare Ram. Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram, Dashrath Pyare Ram. Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram, Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram. Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram, Dashrath Pyare Ram. Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram, Kaushalya Dulare Ram. Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram, Sita Ram. Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram. Chhor ke सारे पागलपन राम गुण गाए मेरे मन छोड़ ये सारे पागलपन राम गुण गाए मेरे मन राम श्री राम कौशल्य दुलारे राम राम श्री राम दशरथ प्यारे राम राम श्री राम सीता राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम रघुपति राघव राजा कौशल्य दुलारे राम राम श्री राम दशरथ प्यारे राम. Bhagwan Shivji, when he closes his eyes, he sees Ram. He sees Bhagwan Ram when he closes his eyes. Mata Parvati asked him one day, when you close your eyes, what do you see? Is it you blank out, you empty the mind? What do you see? He looks at Parvati Devi. He says, Parvati, Ram. Ram. You know why? Because among all the avatars, Ramji Bhagwan brings a sense of pleasantness. Are bhai, he was born on the Punarvasu Nakshatra. He must bring some sort of pleasantness, if you get the joke. Well, it's a real reality. He's amazing, pleasant. But don't underestimate him. Nilam bhujashamalako malangam sita samaru pituvam bhagam pano mahasayakacharu chapam namami ramam raghuban sanatham. Nilam bhujashamalako malangam. Although his hands are gentle, his hands are very stern. Kabhi komal hat prabhu ka, kabhi bojal hat prabhu ka. His hands can be very gentle, hands can be very stern and very rough as well. When Shivji closes his eyes, he thinks about Ram. So the first major interaction is one day Ram Bhagwan was looking for Mata Sita and Lakshman was with him. And Sati and Sati Devi and Bhagwan Shiv saw him. Bhagwan Shivji got up and he went and he bowed to Bhagwan Ram. Bhagwan Ram gave him Ashirvad, they spoke and they went back. Sati Devi represents the doubtful mind. The doubtful mind. She represents a lower nature of the Adi Shakti. For that reason, we don't see the Sati Devi Murti in the temple. She represents the lower nature of Adi Shakti. She represents the doubtful mind. And so what happened? When Sati Devi saw this, you know the story very well. Everybody knows the story. You can tell me this story. Shivji Bhagwan went back and Sati Devi said, who is that little boy that you've bowed down to? He said, that's no boy. That is Prabhu Ram. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. That is Ram. Why? Vipradhenu surasanta hit leenha manuj avatar nij ichha nirmit tanu maya gunugopar. This is Ram Janam. Of course, I told you I know this thing so in and out. For the purpose, Vipra, for the purpose of the noble. Dhenu, for the purpose of the cow. Vipradhenu sur, for the purpose of the sur, for the deities. Sant, for the purpose of the saintly. Santahit Linha Manuj Avatar. Prabhu Ram has come from the heavens and come in the form of Manuj Avatar. Nija Ichha Niramita Tanu Maya Gunugopar. People misunderstand him through Maya as a human being, but he is the avatar of Bhagwan Vishnu. Sati Devi, you know, when you doubt something, no matter what, sometimes people will bring down God and put it in front of you, but they will not clear your doubt. Because the doubtful mind, it takes an entire lifetime of prayers and sadhana and tapasya to cool the doubtful mind. Doubtful mind. February 25th, I want all of you to come to our mental health seminar. You know why? Because as we are growing, our eyes are aging, nah? Our eyes are aging as we are growing. As we are growing, our ears are aging. We lose our sense of hearing. We are losing our sense of sight. As we are growing, our body is aging. And our body is losing its vigor as well. These things are very visible, right? Somebody wears spectacle and things like that, you know them, whatever. Or they wear contacts and things. Or they got to repeat themselves all the time, you know, what is that? You know they lose their hearing. Or the body, they lose the vigor of the body. How do you know when a person is losing their mind? How do you know that? You can see visible when somebody is losing their physicality. How do you know when somebody is losing their mind? Right? In our community, when somebody loses their mind, we call them all kind of things, forgive me, but they call them stupid. We call them crazy, we call them mad, we call them lazy. And we don't understand the challenges they have in their mind, but we give them all the name that we want to give them. More name than Shivji, we give them. Because we don't understand what that is. The illness of the mind is beyond your auntie and uncle and your neighbor and your co-worker perception. The illness of the mind is beyond, you have to leave that, you have to give that to Prabhu. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Rajan Nij Man Mukura Sudhar Barno Raghubar Bimal Jasu Jodayak Phalchari Buddhihina Tanujanike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Balabuddhi Vidya Dehu Muhi Harahu Kalesha Vikar. Nij Man Mukura Sudhar. We have to cleanse it, the dust of the mind. The mind is very dusty, but we don't pay attention to it. When the mind reflects life and it reflects dullness, right? Your personality is dull or whatever, you fail to function in a certain way, we have to give that mind to Prabhu. We have to give that mind to a professional so that they can help us, right? Then you have the tendencies of the mind. There are four functions of the mind: mana, chitta, buddhi, ahankara. The doubtfulness of the mind, when that steps in, as I told you, you can bring down God sometimes, but you can never, prove or quench the doubt of someone's mind. That is Sati Devi. Bhagwan Shiva tried to convince her, Sati, this is Prabhu and Wanda. He said, no problem. Prabhu says, go and find out for yourself. You know what she did? She took the form of Sita and she went to Ram Bhagwan. And when she went to Ram Bhagwan, the Lord sees through all our disguises. Bhagwan Ram says, Sati Devi, आप तो अकेले हैं इस जंगल में, शंकर भगवान कहाँ है? You are alone in this forest. Where is Shiva? She was so ashamed. She turned back and she went to Shivji. Shivji says, Sati, how did everything go? He says, Uttam Prabhu, Ati Uttam. Everything went fabulous. And you know Lord Shiva is Satyam Shivam Sundaram. If you're going to associate with him, you cannot be telling lies. And what he did when he found out Sati was lying, he detached himself from Sati. For many years he went into sadhana because he says, I cannot be associated with her in this form anymore. And then what happens? What happens? After he wakes up from his form, they got back together. This is where the Daksha Katha came in now. One day they were sitting, and Mata Sati again, she did not learn her lesson. She saw all these vehicles going in a certain direction. Where were the vehicles going? To her father's house. To her father's house. Jalu jay sarasi vikai dekhau, प्रीति की रीति भली, बितल होई रसु जाई कपदू खटई परुति पुनी। हृदय सोचु समझत निज करनी, चिंता अमित जाई नहीं भरनी। हृदय सोचु समझत निज करनी, चिंता अमित जाई नहीं भरनी। कृपा सिंधु शिव परम अगाधा, कृपा सिंधु शिव परम अगाधा। प्रगत न कहे मोर अपराधा, प्रगति न कहे मोर अपराधा। राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम, जय राम जय राम। शंकर रुख अवलोकी भवानी, प्रभु मोहि तजेउ हृदय अकुलानी। निज अग समझु न कछु कही जाई, तपयवा इव उर अधिकाई। सती सरोज जानी वृष हेतु, कही कथा सुंदर सुख हेतु। राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री राम। तो मैं विनय करौ कर जोरी, छूटौ बेगी देह यह मोरी। जो मोरे शिव चरण सनेहु, मन क्रम वचन सत्य व्रत एहु। एहि विधि दुखित प्रजेश कुमारी, अखन तीति दारुण दुख भारी। राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री राम, राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री ask her Lord, Shiv, Prabhu, where are all these vehicles going, all these aerial vehicles, all these angels, where are they going? Bhagwan Shivji says, Are Sati, they're all going to your father's home. Her father's name was Daksha. Remember Daksha last night? He has 27 constellation daughters. Sati is one of them. Sati says, wait, my father has big puja, and that will be a concern of anybody, right? My father has big puja. Constellation is happening. You know what's a constellation? When Daksha attained the state of Prajapati, he invited everybody to come, but he did not invite Shivji and Sati. Long story short, Sati saw the beautiful aerial carts. Sati ji ne dekha ki अनेक प्रकार के सुंदर विमान आकाश मार्ग से चले जा रहे हैं. देव सुंदरियां मधुर गान करती जा रही है, जिनके सुनकर मुनियों को भी ध्यान छूट जाता है. She heard all the melodious songs are being sung to go to that place, right? We all want an invitation. Something big is happening, somebody you know is having something big. Everybody is invited, but you're not invited. You feel bad. Why am I not invited? What wrong did I do? I would wonder to say, what did I do something wrong? Right? We don't care for the invitation, but you wanted to know what wrong have you done, knowingly or unknowingly, to that person. Sati, when she questioned Shivji, he explained the whole thing, because this is an old story. Daksha and Shivji did not get along at all. Shivji Bhagwan is very neutral to everybody, but Daksha was a Vaishnava. Sati's father was a Vaishnava, meaning he worshipped Vishnu Bhagwan. He did not like Shivji for dead, if I may say that in our language, because he feels those who worship Vishnu could not worship a naked man. You got to see his language, in the Shiva Puran. He believes that those who worship Vishnu, Lakshmi Pati, the Lord of the heavens and wealth and the world, should not worship Shivji. So he had enmity for Shiva. And guess what happened? His daughter ended up marrying Shivji. All we gotta be careful who buy we not like. Because one day with daughter might say, one marry the buy. And where's your big mouth? Gone down the drain. Right? And now you have to live with the buy. The girl got to live with them. But it's a whole different story. There are situations that are very different. I'm not saying for and against. I have to tread the path very safe with these things. So what happens now? The man who he didn't like, he totally did not like him. His daughter married him. So he did this very big puja and he did not invite them now. And when Sati heard this, she says, Mahadev, but if you will allow me, I will make an excuse to go to my father. You don't have to go. Shivji looked at her. Shivji says, Sati, the same doubtful, stubborn mind that made the mistake recently. How much years? 87,000 years. Bhagwan Shivji went into meditation after that incident with Ram. 87,000 years. Distanced himself from Sati. For her to cure, for her to purge, for her to get rid of that habit, to calm her mind down. And after 87,000 years, Sati still has the disturbed mind. After 87, Abhi tried to get rid of him, Abhi impure mind in 8 days and 9 days. Sati couldn't cure that mind in 87,000 years. Where you go? भगवान शिव जी ने कहा था कि सती, you still, पिता वचन उत्सव परम जो प्रभु आय सुहोई, तो मैं जाऊं कृपायतन सादर देखन सोई. There is great rejoicing at my father's home, Shivji, my Lord. If my Lord be gracious, please to allow me, I will duteously go and see what is going on. भगवान शिव जी ने कहा था कि हे सती, तुमने बात तो भली कहती है, वो मेरे मन को भी अच्छी लगी, पर उन्होंने न्योता नहीं भेजा. न्योता. Everybody want a न्योता? न्योता means what? Invitation. Very good, Panditji. न्योता means invitation. Panditji speak very nice Hindi too. Nyota means invitation. Bhagwan Shivji said, you're speaking very right, Sati, but your father did not invite us. Nyota nahi bheja. यहाँ अनुचित है दक्ष के अपनी सब कन्याओं को बुलाया है, किंतु हमसे बैर होने के कारण तुमको भी भुला दिया. What is improper is that your father has not invited you. Why are you going to go there? It's not like you're a stranger, he will forget about you. You're his daughter. Think about it. Daksha has invited all his other daughters, but because of his quarrel with me, he left you out. Once he took offense in Brahma's court. This is a story. Bhagwan Shivji was meditating. You know, when he going meditating, he's deep in his meditation, right? He's very deep in his meditation. And once in Brahma's court, Bhagwan Shivji was there and all the other devatas were there. Daksha walked in and everybody stood up and they bowed to Daksha, but Shivji did not do that. Daksha go, Hare Nange, you naked one. Why didn't you stand up and bow to me? Bhagwan Shiva is now waking up because he's Yogeshwarar, Adi Yogi, right? Bhagwan Shivji opened his eyes and says, Maaf kijiye, I was in meditation. It was not out of anything else. And besides, if a man have to stand up when you walk in to show you that he respects you, I don't know what kind of respect is that. So since then as well, that, add on to everything else, Daksha hated him so much. So Bhavani, once he took offense at my behavior in Brahma's court, and that is why he slights me to this day. If Bhavani, you go there uninvited, there will be loss of all self-respect, affection, and honor. Three things. If you go there, there will be the loss of self-respect, affection, and honor. Even Shivji cares about self-respect, affection, and honor. These things, when we lose them, then we have lost anything. जल से पतला कौन है, कौन भूमि से भारी, कौन अगन से तेज है, कौन का जल से कारी. जल से पतला ज्ञान है और पाप भूमि से भारी, क्रोध अगन से तेज है और कलंक का जल से कारी. जल से पतला कौन है? What is more powerful than water? The oceans, the water in the oceans. जल से पतला ज्ञान है. More powerful than the water of the oceans, knowledge. पाप भूमि से भारी. What is more heavy and vast than sin? No? Papa bhumi se bhari. What is more heavier than the earth rather? Pap, sin. Krodh agan se tej hai. What is faster than the wind? Krodh, anger. When you get angry, it's a bad thing. Anger is faster than the wind. Or kalank ka jal se kari. When you have no self-respect. When you have no self-respect and honor, it is more black than black pot. What is more black than black pot? When you don't have any self-respect and honor. Shivji Bhagwan explains this katha to her. Don't let your self-respect, your honor, ever go from your life. When you lose that, you lose everything. You lose everything. Don't let your self-respect go. One may certainly go uninvited to a house of a friend, a master, a guru, or a father, but no good can result from going where someone nurses a grudge against you. This is our katha. This is our katha, na? Hindi mein baat kaho ki tadapi virod maan jah koi taha ei kalyan na koi. It is actually not wrong to go to somebody else's house uninvited. I can knock at a lot of people's house uninvited. I know I'll be welcome. Right? A lot of time I'm in the area and so on, but I don't go to people's house because a lot of reasons, people got to prepare and thing, but you can knock at some people's house, they'll welcome you because in our dharma, atiti devo bhava. Uninvited guest is like the God. But if that house is nursing a grudge against you, शिव जी भगवान ने कहा था कि वहां जाने कल्याण नहीं होता. There can be nothing good that will come out of your visit to that home. If the person nurses a grudge against you, don't go. And I think we know these things in some way, but this is the book telling you, so you got to believe. When many arguments happened, Shivji warned her, but as fate had willed it, bhavi san bhava gyan na ava. Now, as fate has willed it, wisdom would not dawn on her. Because the doubtful mind, when the doubtful mind steps in, even the wisdom goes away. And what happens? Kaha prabhu jai na bin nahi biloi nahi bhalu baat hamare bhai. And then to go, the Lord said, without being invited is in my opinion, not the right thing. It is not the right thing if you're not invited. Thus, Bhagwan Shivaji did all that he could to dissuade her, but Sati would not be stayed. Bhagwan Shivji gave her his principal attendants, Nandi and Bringi and so on. He says, go, Sati, go, quench your thirst. Sometimes we have to learn the lesson the hard way in order to find out. And what happens, my friends? She went uninvited. And when she did, my friends, she appeared in the home, in the palace of her father, uninvited. Daksha न कछु पूछे ही विलो की जरे सब गाता सती जाई देखी तब जागा कतहु न देश शंभु कर भागा राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम तब चित चरे हूँ जो शंकर कहे हूँ प्रभु अपमान समुझी उर दरे हूँ राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम पाचिन दुख न हृदयस व्यापा जस यहाँ भयउ महा परितापा राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम. When we get married, the husband or the groom, in this case, makes a request to the bride. Madiya chitta nugadam chatittam sadagya madagya paripalanancha pati vrada dharma paraya nityam kurya sada sarvam nityam prayatnam. Right? The groom asks the bride that if at all you want to be my wife, please agree to a few things. One, never embarrass me in front of my friends. This is the book. This is our Viva Sanskar. This is how colorful it is. Never embarrass me in front of my friends. Right? If you have something to correct me on and my friends are there, please wait until they're gone or take me aside and tell me gently, but don't correct me in front of my friends. You know why? Men have ego and women have emotions. Do you understand? This is something we cannot, if any man stand up and tell me them egoless is a big problem. Only he is egoless. Nobody can tell me they're egoless. We do a great job suppressing it. Men have ego, women have emotions. We have to know how to deal with them. Why? The husband says, don't ever, or try not to, I don't want to don't ever, that sounds like a threat. Please refrain from correcting me in front of my friends. I'm asking all the ladies, men don't like that. You correct them in front of their friends, they feel like you step on their head, on their toe, on their whatever other hand. They don't like it at all. Secondly, the husband says, please try to always be punctual. This is in the book. right? Because historically it is shown that mostly, not in all cases, women are usually late than the men. Not all the time, hello, not all the time. Women more, so always try to be punctual. Third, my family becomes your today, treat them, you know that one. Then the next one is, if at all, you need, if at all you need to, let me just get it right here, Jabate Uma Saila Griha Jai Sakala Sindhu Sampatitaha Chari. If at all you hear my name is being spoken of in an ill manner, do not join in that conversation. You can either defend my name or you should walk away. But don't stand and watch me, your husband, being ill-treated in my absence. Don't stand up for it. That is one of the requests the husband makes of the wife. It is a very, all of you go to a wedding, you probably hear that. If the pandit, know what to do, they can inform you of that. Now, this situation here, Mata Sati goes and she sees a singhasan for everybody. She saw a seat for Bhagwan Vishnu, one for Brahma, one for Indra, one for Kuber, one for Vayu, all of them, Indradev, Vayudev, Kuber, all of the Yamdev, all of them get one singhasan, sit down. But there is no seat prepared for Shivji. So what is this? No seat prepared for my Lord. Adityam Gananatham cha Devi Keshav Bhairava. There are 5 deities. You cannot complete a puja without you perform puja to 5 of them. Aditya, Surya Bhagwan, Gananatham cha, Ganeshji, Devi, Keshav, Bhairava, Shivji. You cannot finish your puja unless you do puja to all of them. Where is the seat for Shiva? No seat was prepared for him. No ahuti was done for him. Ahuti means the Havan offering. No prayers were chanted for him. You never ever do that. Do puja and don't do Shiv. Even if you don't acknowledge him, problem. A lot of people up to today, they don't like Shivji because he gets snake around him and so. Arey bhai, what is this? Na? Aurau ek guput mat, Bhagwan Ram says in the Ramayana. Aurau ek guput mat, sabahi kahau kar jori. Clasp his hands. Shankar bhajan bina nar, bhagati na pavahi mor. He tells everybody, Bhagwan Ram, aura wake guputamat sabahi ka ukar jor. I tell all of you, I clasp my hands and tell you, Shankar bhajan bina nar, without devotion to Shivji, bhakti na pavahi mor. Devotion is not possible to me. You cannot attain Ram Bhagwan without Shivji. You can never do that. And so what happens? Sati Devi cannot stand up. She will never stand up to watch the insult of her husband. And what happened? Her father did not speak to her, right? Her mother speak to her, of course, her sisters did, but her father did not speak to her. The insult on Shivji, Sati Devi, of course, and she went on and insulted her father, told her that, what you have done here is wrong. And through the yogic energy of Mata Sati, when someone, there are certain sages in India, they don't die, they give up their pranic energy. Through the process of yoga, they go right into the Muladhara and they rise the level of prana right up to Sahasrara and they let it go. They let it go. They don't die, they give up themselves. Some yogis, they cremate themselves. The power of our yogic system. Mata Sati, through the yogi, she is Yogeshwari. She, of course, Yogini Devi, the fire in her burned her body. The fire in her burned her body. And then that place is still in India, at the Daksheshwar temple, in the Kund in which that happened. And when that happened, my friend, Bhagwan Shivji opened his eyes and he went to the place of the sacrifice. He took out a hair from his head and he threw it on the ground, and Veerabhadra appeared. They say the presence of a hair in your place of worship constitute thousands and thousands and thousands of papa. Your hair is such an impure thing. Hair physically is an impure thing. Ade bhai, morning time you wake up, you comb your hair nice. Color them, whatever, style them up nice, put cream, gel, whatever you put on them. Nice, comb it up nice. You look at it, hairline is there, everything you admire about the hair, you're very happy about it. You pay so much money to take care of it. And guess what happens now? You open your food to eat, and you see a hair inside. Ew. Ew. It's funny. The thing that you pay so much money to care for, when it falls in the food, ew. Because that is what it is. Ew. The presence of a hair, a single strand of hair, that is why. Do you know one of the purest functions you will ever perform in your life? Do you know what that is? Anybody? Which function? I can't hear you. I'll get unmasked. Which one? Shraddha. One of the purest rituals a person will perform in this lifetime is Shraddha. And that is why, one of the reasons why the men, not the ladies, the men, they shave their hair. They shave their hair. In certain places, they shave wherever it is. Because when they perform that ritual, they do not want even a strand of hair to be present to impure that place. They don't want it. That is why many yogis, as they practice their yoga systems, they shave their head. Because one of the things they do is practice shaucham. Shaucham means cleanliness. Dhriti kshama damosteyam shaucham indriya nigraha dirvigya satyam akrodha dharma dasham lakshanam. Those are the 10 commandments of the Hindus. The 5th is called shaucham, cleanliness. Bhagwan Shivji takes out, because his hair is not impure, his hair is jatadhari. In the Shiva tradition, when you created the matted locks, if you look at the Rastafarian people in Jamaica, they carry the matted locks. That is what Shivji wears. When you lock your hair, you are locking the energy from from Sahasrara, the last chakra that is present here. Sahasrara is where life comes through the body. If you want to know from a Hindu perspective, where does life come through and where does life exit? Life comes through Sahasrara. And life exits Sahasrara, which is Atape. Right? That is the Sahasrara. It is not on the body, it's over the head. But when the matted locks, the jata is worn, it retains the energy. That person becomes extremely energized. Extremely energized when they do. But you can't just do the lack and smoke up something and think you're powerful. You got to do certain practices. You got to do certain yogic practices to make yourself powerful. So the matted locks of the Lord represents the highest of energy. He takes a hair from his head, Shivji Bhagwan, and he throws it on the ground. And who came? Veerabhadra. Veerabhadra is one of the ferocious forms of the Lord, and he destroyed the entire yagya. And what he did, he cut out the head of Daksha. Father-in-law cut out the head. Daksha lay on the ground like this. Dakshayani, the mother of Sati, after Sati was born, came and begged Shiva. He's compassionate. I'm running through the story. Shivji said, okay, I can give your husband back a head. So he took a goat head and he put it on Daksha. Why he put a goat head on Daksha? Because Daksha all the time, he's full of so much ego. All the time in his life, you go, ye, main hu, Daksha, main hu this, main hu that, me. Share me, you do. And what is meh? What go meh? Meh. Goat. Meh. God. Meh. All the time. All the time. Meh. He said, no problem. You like being a goat, meh all the time. Here, goat head. Transplant. Today you hear about kidney transplant and lung transplant. Lord did a head transplant. Bhagwan Shiva is so powerful. First one. Daksha, when he get the goat head now, what he has to do? He has to come out of that meh to become Tattvamasi, to become one with Shiva. You know what Daksha did after that? He became the greatest, one of the greatest bhaktas of Shiva Bhagwan. He would go in the markets and sit with Dakshayani, and they would chant Shivaji's name. How they would chant it? Shiva, 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 Mahadeva, Shiva, 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 Shiva,
Shiva, Shiva,
Bhole, Shiva, 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 Adidev, Mahadev, Yogeshwar Mahadev, Adidev Mahadev, Yogeshwar Mahadev, Shiva, 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 Mahadev, Shiva, 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 Shiva,
Shiva, Shiva.
Little Tandav. जतातवि गलज्ज्वल प्रवाह पावितस्थले, जतातवि गलज्ज्वल प्रवाह पावितस्थले, गले वलम्बितं भुजंग तुंग मालिका, जतातवि गलज्ज्वल प्रवाह पावितस्थले, गले वलम्बितं भुजंग तुंग मालिका, दमद्दमद्दमद्दिनादमर्वयं चकार चन्द्रताण्डवं, तनोतु न शिवा शिवं, तनोतु न शिवा शिवं, तनोतु न शिवा शिवं, शिव 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 शिव, महादेव शिव 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 शिव, कर्पूर गौरम करुणावतारम, भोले कर्पूर गौरम करुणावतारम, संसार सारम भुजगेन्द्रहारम, संसार सारम भुजगेन्द्रहारम, कर्पूर गौरम करुणावतारम, संसार सारम भुजगेन्द्रहारम, सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे, भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि, भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि, सहितं नमामि, सहितं नमामि, शिव 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 शिव, शिव 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 शिव, महादेव शिव 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 शिव, महादेव शिव 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 शिव, शिव 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 शिव. Daksha, the hater of Shiva, the one who despises the Lord, goes now and all he does, Shiva, 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 Shiva. Don't worry, all of you, your haters will one day turn wrong and they will throw flowers on you. They will praise you. You know why? As long as you hold your ground. Sometimes, in my Gita class I was explaining this. Have you ever felt sometimes that you stand up and you know that you're standing up for something and you alone are the one standing up for it and everybody else do something else? Have you felt that way? You feel like you alone are wrong and everybody else is right. Like Arjun in the Gita. It seems like everybody else was right and he was wrong. Krishna Bhagavan says, no. Don't worry about the millions and millions who are not on your side. Worry about the one who is on your side. Main hu na. He is on your side. And Daksha and Dakshayani, they forever chanted the name of Shiva. Such hateful people. They washed away their hate and loved Mahadev. Now Mahadev Bhagwan held the body of Ma Sati. He held the body of Ma Sati and he became, his emotions took charge of his buddhi. His buddhi was no longer his body. It took charge of his buddhi and he flew in the air. And when Vishnu Bhagwan saw how he was behaving, Vishnu Bhagwan says, Mahadev, this is not for you. And he held on to the body, he held on to the body, he held on to the body. Just like you do sometimes, and I do. To a dead body, we don't want to let it go. You have to let it go. You have to let it go. You have to let it go. The quicker a cremation happens after death, the easier it is for you to deal with grief. The easier it is. I tell everybody that. Panaji is so hard. I said, you wait until this cremation is over. I've done this about over 300 cremations. I'm telling you how it is. You wait until that cremation is over. You'll see how people start to change. They start to cope. Because when you hold on to sorrows, you become sorrow. You become sorrow. You hold on to the past, you become past. That body represents your whole life, your whole past. It's a body, right? And you have to be sensitive because this is a serious thing. The quicker you let that body go. And that is why, you know why most people don't want to let the body go? They want long viewing and thing. Because when they were alive, in most cases, they failed to care. So they want to throw in this last thing, slide them in the 2 last day. Let me hold on a little bit more, a week more, so that we can grieve. No. I'm telling you tonight, let go, let go, let go, let go. Shivji Bhagwan held on to the body and oh God, he was grieving and crying and sorry. Can you imagine Mahadev? The most masculine in the world has become so weak. And Vishnu Bhagwan says, never I'm going to see my friend like this. What do you do when your friend is in sorrows? What do you do when your friend is in sorrows? Do you go and pack on your own sorrow upon them? Right? You tell somebody, my daddy dead, I'm crying. And you go to a friend and you say, I'm so sorry for my father has died. And then they say, you know, worry, me daddy been dead too. And when me daddy dead, me cry for 2 weeks. Yeah, me tell for 2 weeks and you cry, you know worried that you not gone through, me gone through worse than you. And when you're done, you come away with your sorrows and you come with your friend's sorrow too. You get more janjat upon your head. This is how we are teaching people who have mental illness. We give them our own mental illness so they're left a bit more mad than they come. Don't do that. Don't do that. We pack on our own things on people, thinking that they will feel better. Don't do that. Bhagwan Vishnu, when he saw this suffering of Mahadev, he came. Dharam ko duniya bhuli aur paap ka hai zor, chakra sudarshan lekar ab aaja nand kishore. धर्म को दुनिया भूली और पाप का है जोर, चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर। हे युगेश्वर जग के तुम ही हाथ जोर, चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर, चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर। हे दगमग डोल रही है सबके नैया, तुम ही हो भगवन नैया के भैया। दगमग डोल रही हम सबके नैया, तुम ही हो भगवन नैया के भैया। तुम ही हाथ जोड़ चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर। हे धर्म को दुनिया भूली और पाप का है जोर, चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर, चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर। अब आजा नंद किशोर, चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर। अब आजा नंद किशोर। धर्म को दुनिया भूली और पाप का है जोर। When the world is taking over us and sins are taking over us, चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर। Nanda Kishore, Bhagwan Narayan will come, bring his Sudarshan Chakra, his weapon, and cut our problems into pieces. But you got to want that to happen. Bhagwan Vishnu came and saw this happening, and he says, you cannot hold on to this body of Sati. And he took his Sudarshan Chakra, and the chakra went, and it cut the body of Mata Sati in 108 pieces. 108 pieces. Cut it into 108 pieces. The 108 pieces, the Puran says 108 pieces. Other people say 54, but that's them problem. The Puran says 108 pieces, so art. And the 108 pieces fell at different parts of India, and they're called today, what they're called? Shakti Peeths. Shakti Peeths, where those, and that goes into our Katha tonight, which I'm not going to take too long because tomorrow not school, so I want to sleep in thing. Anyway, so Shakti Peeths, where the body parts fell, the ears fall along, the earring fall along one place, the heel, the toe, the mother eyes fell down where? Where the mother eyes fell down? Where the eyes fell down? Panaji, Akhone, Nayana Devi. Panaji, he live in Himachal. All the Devis are there. Nayana Devi, all of them are there. We went to visit Nayana Devi. Our eyes fell down in Himachal Pradesh. And that become Nayana Devi. You go there and the mother bless you, take darshan. You got to wait. When we went, it took 4 hours. 4 hours in a line. Now washroom and all that kind of thing. 4 hours to stand up to get a 5-second darshan of Nayana Devi. When you 4 hours. And then when you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they pull you out like this and throw you. And next one guy come. What you gonna do? Who you complain to? You got a billion people line up behind you. Right? Ma ke pyar. Then they have the tongue of the Divine Mother. What is the tongue like? The tongue is fire. What is with Mandir the tongue is in?
Jwalamukhi.
Huh?
Jwalamukhi.
Jwalamukhi. When you go to Jwalamukhi temple, all Palanji place, what happens? Jwalamukhi, the fire is coming out from the walls. There is no fume. There is nothing is fuming it. The fire is just coming out. King Akbar took how many concrete and tried to build it over the fire, and nothing could stop it. The fire is pouring today. 9 Deepakam. We went there, and the Panditji took us in the hole where one of them was, the main one, and did pray and things like that. That's where the tongue fell of the mother, right? And then you have many places. In Kurukshetra, she's called Bhadrakali. Her right foot fell there. Imagine that. You go on, there's a place there where the body part fell. And then in this place that is called the greatest of all the Shakti Peeths, where her reproductive organ fell, anybody know where that is? Anybody know what that is? You must have seen, I posted a picture of that one time. It's next to a place called Assam. Right? Huh? Kamakhya Devi. Kamakhya Devi. Kamakhya is the most powerful of all the Shakti Peeths. That's where her reproductive organ fell. In certain times in the month, they have to close up that temple. It behaves just like a female behaves. That temple does not have a murti inside. The places where that part fell, that is where the Shakti is. You walk in there, you're shaking. I'm telling you, you're shaking because of the energies in that place. Kamakhya Devi. Kamakhya, one who fulfills your desires. When you go there, and if the mother you deserve, the mother fulfill your desires. The point I'm trying to make here, at those 108, Panditji, very good. You know all these things. Very nice. So at each point where, let me ask you this. Kasi, he's from Kashi. काशी शक्ति पीठ है. कौन सा बॉडी पार्ट काशी में है? हाँ? अच्छा, you know, but you want to tell me. Anyways, 108 places where the body parts fell. Bhagwan Shivji, he went and he built a temple over those places. The Lord built a temple for those places. And each temple he built, he guarded, he places someone to protect that temple. And that person that he puts to protect that temple is called Kaal Bhairav. Kaal Bhairav. He extracted from his being the most ferocious watchman, the one who will never sleep. And he places it, and that's why when you go all these temples, Kashi has it, everywhere has it. There's a Kaal Bhairav at those places overlooking the temple. Who's Kaal Bhairav? Kaesha Bhagavan Kala Kasyama Vakarshayam Ka Evasya Vashona Syat Kathai Tadvikakshana. Manushya, this goes to Shiva Puran now. The rishis were asking, who is Kaal Bhairav? What does he represent? Who is the Lord of time? Who is the subservient to? Tell us about him. Kaal Bhairav. Kala means dark, Kala means time, and Kala means death. Akala mrityung haranam sarva vyadhi vinashanam Vishnu padodakang pitva punarjanma vidiyate. Akala mrityu. Kala means the Lord of time, the Lord of death, and the Lord of darkness, which means the Lord of fear. Kaal Bhairav is there to reassure us that he is the Lord of time. What is time, my friends? What is time? Shiva Puran tells us, Yo yuvasa bhaved vridho, yo baliyat sa durbalaha, Shriman sopi nakshrikaha, kalas chitra gathir dhujaha. What is time? Nakalato yam priyate yajayate, nanat kala pushti magnaga pitayah, nakala sukhitam dukhitam va, nakalikam vastu samasti kinchitaha. Have you ever heard? Arey bhai, he died before his time. He died so young. You know, nothing happens before its time. Nothing happened before its time. Nakalato yam priyate jayate. Mriyate jayate. No one dies before time, and no one is born untimely. Our children, the twins, were premature babies. They were born a little less than 7 months. 3.4 ounces, 3.7 ounces. Bhumika, can you imagine she was heavier than Bhuvan? 3.7 ounces, 3.4 ounces, 3.7 ounces. You put them together, they can't make one baby. Wait. Right? No one is born before time, and no one dies before their time. Nakalaha pushti margyavaidapihi. Without time, no one becomes happy or painful untimely. With time, you'll become happy. No. When it is time, you'll become happy, and when it is time, you'll gain the pains as well. This is Kaal Bhairav. This is what he means, Kala as time. Therefore, there is nothing comparable with Kala. There is nothing comparable with time. Every single thing happens on its own time. Have you ever eaten a force-ripe mango? You know what's a force-ripe mango? Guyana, they're full of it now, they inject everything. You go to the market, that touch a koa like this, and they'll tell you, all right, you want it ripe for the afternoon? It's green in the morning, but you want it ripe for the afternoon? Tell me. Make it ripe for the afternoon, you know. Meet other people, hand get magic by it. People hold a koa like this. I mean, like my little koa, you know. Hey, when you eat one cut koa, that your entire year sugar down there. Sweet, but it's very smelly to it. Lots of antioxidants. The thing gives off so much. The power of our fruits. People tell our children, don't become vegetarian, you now get brain. In that case, I'm a numbskull. The most intelligent people in this world are vegetarians. They live on fruits, right? The worst that can happen, you lose your mind a little bit, but when you're fast, well, eat your fruits, it's good. The people in Guyana, you want the yellow for this afternoon? Remember yellow, you know? What do I do? Injection. Next thing you know, you eat a koa, and you don't know if you eat sweet or you eat sour, you eat green, you don't know what you eat. But you eat something, right? You have me here too. Right? You have me here. I went, when we do Shivji Puja one year, the anar big like this body. Big like this. I'm like, what? You imagine you eat that? What will happen to you? You become that. Because Gita tells you, you become what you eat. Right? You become what you eat. Well, what you going to do? Nothing. It doesn't taste the same. Nothing happens before time. Nothing happens after the time. Bhagwan Shivji, Kalena Shita Prativasivata. This is the Gyan. This is the Gyan here. Kalena Shita Prativata Kalena Vrishtur Jalata Tunaipitaha Kalena Chokshma Prashamam Prayati Kalena Sarvam Sapalat Bhaveti. The cool breeze blows timely. The clouds pour rain in due time. Only when it is time it will pour rains. The heat if subsided at the appropriate time. Thus, Kala, time is always successful. Kalascha sarvasya bhavasya hetu Kalena sasyani bhavanti nityam Kalena sasyani layam prayati Kalena sanjivati jivaloka. Kaal, time is the cause of birth and time is the cause of death. The crops grow in time, harvesting is done in due time, living beings live up to their own time. And the one who is aware of this, ityam kalat masatvam yo vijayanti na tattvata. The one who is well aware of this tattva, because this is a teaching of the Lord, this tattva kalam, he confined that which is beyond Kala. When you understand how time behaves, then you live a peaceful life, knowing that this is time. Time, nah? Who is beyond time? The one who is beyond Kala, beyond the bondage, beyond salvation. No one is beyond time, except the Lord of time. No one can make and hurry up something. People say, hurry up, hurry up. You know, there are a couple things that are not good in life. Hurry, worry, and curry. All three of them bad for you. Hurry, worry, and curry. Hurry. Worry. And curry. All bad for you. A little bit curry, I guess, good. The one who's beyond Kala, nobody is beyond Kala. Nobody is beyond time. That is regarding time. And then the Lord explains again, for the accomplishment of a task, the race, humility and excellence cannot be enough. Kala is the regulator of all. Kala is the regulator of all. You can't win a race before time. Nothing happens. I think you get the point here. And lastly, I would leave with you the shloka. Na yuva means youthfulness. Na yuva sabhavid bhavetu na balanti yatam durbala na shriman sopi na shrikaha kalas chittam gatir dvijaha. A person who is young today, he becomes old tomorrow. Na yuva sabhavid vridho yo. Bhavid vridho. Today you're young, tomorrow you're one day older than you're young today. I think we don't realize that until we get really old, right? A person who is young today, he becomes old tomorrow. And this, yo bali yanya, bali. You're strong today. A person who's strong today becomes weak tomorrow. Durbala, weak. A person who's strong today, possibility, tomorrow you'll feel strong, but you're one day weaker. With time, this happens. Yashriman sopi nishriyakaha. The rich man becomes a pauper in due times. Therefore, the move of time are quite astonishing. It is quite astonishing. Therefore, we must respect time. This is Kaal Bhairav. Kaal Bhairav is nothing that you hear that he is today. And I will never condemn the way people do things, because that is your choice of how you do things. But there are many, many cases where Bhagwan Kaal Bhairav, who is Shiva, is not worshipped with such dignity. And anything to do with tamasic food and tamasic drinks, it is not good. Anything that alters the behavior of a human being, the behavior of an animal. Do you know if you throw alcohol on a bone and give it to a dog, the dog will never eat it? He'll never eat it. Anything that alters the behavior, right? Now there's something, when you talk about it, you exclude 99% of the audience. That is food and drinks. So people feel bad. So that's fine, I wouldn't talk about it. But I think we are all very sensible people, right? What is not good for you is not good for the Lord. So don't offer anything improper to Bhagwan Kaal Bhairav. Kaal Bhairav became the protector of each of those Shakti Peeths. So when you go there to take the darshan of the mother, you get the blessings of Bhagwan Kaal Bhairav. The message tonight I'm asking all of you to take home is to respect time. That's where the term came from. Respect time. When you respect time, you're respecting Kaal Bhairav. When you respect time, you're respecting Bhagwan. Everything you must, when you plan something, at least plan to start on time. I've joked about this so many times, right? There's something called, why we call it Guyanese time. We do this every time. Panajila, we set the puja for 9 o'clock in the morning, the wedding for 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you know, nobody not come 9 o'clock in the morning to your wedding, right? No, Panaji, we set them for 9 o'clock because, Guyanese people come 10 o'clock. I'm like, if you're going to spend a year to plan, why are you planning to be late? You understand? Don't plan to be late. Plan to be on time. On time means before time. Because if you're going to start something at 9 o'clock, we got to start puja here 5 o'clock, Shivaratri morning. Do you think we're going to come 5 o'clock? We got to be here like 4:30, right? To make sure that we settle in and, the coffee sink in and things like that, everything, you're not fall asleep. And so, then you start at 5 o'clock. Now, there are times when we're going to run late because, that's naturally how it is. Your body tells you a story. You have to listen to your body. You run late sometimes. You should not be judged for that. But if you're planning to be late, Durga Pata take 4 hours, man. If I 1 o'clock, I'm going to go 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock time. Panajiga done halfway. 2 hours Bhajan thing. That's back home style. We have to be reasonable to it. It's not proper to get somebody to sit down there for 4 hours. Do Durga Pat. Right? It's not Durga Puja, Kaal Bhairav Puja. 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours is good. You plan it well, you do it with such beauty, such dignity. You can do things. 2 hours is a lot of time to sit and do puja. But come Saturday, 24 hours, I got here so. 24 hours I want you guys to be here because we got to burn some karmic calories. This is the karmic calories we got to burn. So come on out, my friends. But the message tonight, Bhagwan Kaal Bhairav, is time. And do not complain that, something happened before time or after time. Grief. It is okay to grieve. It is okay to cry. But everything has a beginning and everything has an end. Right? Don't let your sorrows go beyond. Find a comfort knowing that everything happens on time. Whatever sufferings you've had, that's your time. And whatever happiness you're having, it is your time as well. It's a blessing from God, although you may think it's not. When we appreciate this, we will live life with much more harmony and with much more acceptance for everything that comes in our life. Bole Shankar Bhagavan ki Jai. Are Kaal Bhairav Bhagavan ki Jai. Umapati Mahadev ki Jai. Nama Parvati Pataye. Har 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 Mahadev Shambho. भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. चिमटा? Give me चिमटा now. You know what it is? Very good. This is called a chimta. This is Lord Shiva is the Lord of, he's the master of all music. So when Brahmaji heard the chimta, he left the Vedas and he went and he listened to the chimta of Lord Shiva. When Vishnu ji heard the chimta, Chakra Sudarshan, he left Vaikuntha and Chakra Sudarshan and he went to hear the chimta. When Ganapati heard the chimta, he left Riddhi and Siddhi and he went to listen to the chimta of the Lord. When Krishna Bhagavan heard the chimta, he threw on his basuri and he went to hear Shivji play the chimta. When Ramji heard the chimta, he threw away his Dhanush Ban and he came to hear the chimta of Lord Shiva. Of course, I don't know to do anything, so I'm going to try to play, but this is the Lord, Bhagwan Bholenath Bhagwan. Bholenath Bhagwan ki jai. भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. हे भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. हे भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. हे भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. चिमटे की आवाज सुनकर गणपति चलने आते हैं, छोड़ के अपने परिक्रमा और चिमटा में रम जाते हैं. चिमटे की आवाज सुनकर गणपति चलने आते हैं, छोड़ के अपने परिक्रमा और चिमटा में रम जाते हैं. चिमटे की अमृत बरसाया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. हे भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. हे प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. बोले चिमटे की आवाज सुनकर, चिमटे की आवाज सुनकर रामा चलने आते हैं, छोड़ के अपने धनुष बाण और चिमटा में रम जाते हैं. चिमटे की आवाज सुनकर रामा चलने आते हैं, छोड़ के अपने धनुष बाण और चिमटा में रम जाते हैं. हे चिमटे की अमृत बरसाया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. ओ प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. हो प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. चिमटे की आवाज सुनकर विष्णु भगवान की जय हो. चिमटे की आवाज सुनकर विष्णु चले आते हैं, छोड़ के अपने चक्र सुदर्शन चिमटा में रम जाते हैं. चिमटे की अमृत बरसाया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो. भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो, हे प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो। चिमटे की आवाज सुनकर कृष्णा चलने आते हैं, छोड़ के अपनी बांसुरियां और चिमटा में रम जाते हैं। चिमटे की आवाज सुनकर कृष्णा चलने आते हैं, छोड़ के अपनी बांसुरियां और चिमटा में रम जाते हैं। चिमटे की अमृत बरसाया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो। भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो। बम भोले बाबा मेरे घर आया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो, हे प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो, प्यार वाला चिमटा बजाया करो। When Dinesh is here, I want to sing all night because he plays so well, but we got to call it the night. So tonight we leave you with this. Bholenath Bhagwan's blessings to all of you. And hopefully you're built up, the energy is building up for you to receive Mahashivratri with lots of grace and lots of vigor. Tomorrow evening is our last evening for the Katha, and we have preparations to do and so afterwards. So we're asking all of you to come on out. Let's finish off the Katha with lots of energy, with a very, very high level of energy, and as we prepare as well for Mahashivratri morning. For those of you who want to, please, a couple of things quickly. There's only about 6 malas, I think, remaining for sponsors. Please visit the puja store, and they will help you if you want to sponsor a mala for Mahashivratri. You don't get to choose like Ram, Ganesh and thing. They have one thing going on because everybody will want Lord Shiva. So they have about 6 remaining. That will go very fast. As well, I'm appealing to all of you to please sponsor a prahar. This to me is very meaningful. I will stand in front of Shiva every prahar and recite a sankalp for everybody, because although you're not here, or even if you're here, it's something good for you to be part of it. You go on the website, you click Shivratri, sponsor a prahar, you make a donation of $108 to the temple, and we of course carry out that process for you. Please make that happen. You can do that right away as well if you're home. And tomorrow I'll go through the details of Mahashivratri, what we're doing. I think all of you know by now what we're doing. My plan, my friends, is that on Mahashivratri day, as we're doing this Sahasranam, emotions are rising very high for some of us. Tomorrow is our last morning for sadhana. Tomorrow is number 53, morning number 53. After we come tomorrow morning, we go into Shivratri, so we won't be doing tomorrow. So tomorrow morning is very special for us because we've been doing this it's nothing to be boast about or brag about. It is just, we become attached to so many things. Before me become attached to a palace or a star or a superstar, I'm attached to Mahadev. That's all. And when a little distance comes between us, I tend to get a little teary. So tomorrow morning is our last morning for the sadhana, and then we finish with our last Sahasranam on Shivratri day itself. We're going to chant the 1,000 name. Om Sthiraye Namaha, so my throat shall vata. Om Sthanave Namaha, throat shall vata. Om Prabhave Namaha, throat shall vata. Om Bhimaye Namaha, and so on, until 1,008 is completed. And then the 100 that will be left, anybody else who come afterwards, if you're here between 11, by 11 o'clock, you'll get to be part of that. You'll be blessed, because we'll repeat this process 3 o'clock in the morning with what? Lotus flowers. 1,000 lotus will be offered to the Lord. You can never, you can, anyways. So this is what we're doing. Please come on out and celebrate with us Mahashivratri. We're looking forward to welcoming all of you and make it a very pleasant evening. Also, you can now register online for the mental health seminar. We have some very qualified people coming here to speak on the mental health issue. This one is very close to me, mental health, because a lot of people, close people in my life, in the community, are experiencing mental health issues. And unless you talk to them and listen to their stories and see the drastic change of their life, you will not appreciate how destructive and disruptive mental health can be. Mental health is not for anybody who think they have mental health issues alone. It's for me, it's for you. Because the political climate, the economical climate, and every other climate that we are experiencing is driving a lot of stress in our minds. How do you deal with it? We'll talk a little bit about that on the 25th. We're providing breakfast for everybody. You must come on time. So you have to come 9:30 to start eating breakfast for us to start on time at 10 o'clock. Free breakfast, free lunch for everybody. So come on out. The registration can be done online, but I think the kids are still going to go around and get your names. Right, Bhumika? You guys are going to still go around and get their names, and Anaya, and register everybody. If all of you come here, I think that's good for us, right? Dedicate your day. Their people are making the time to come. You should also make the time to come. We'll end here tonight. Any other announcements? I have acknowledged all our sponsors already. Thank you all very much for your kind contributions. We will do Aarti now, and then we'll go downstairs for Bhajan. Bhog already offered? Finish Bhog. Stand Aarti. Om Yani Kani Cha Papani Janmantar Kritani Cha Tani Sarvani Nashyantu Pradakshinam Pade Pade Jai Shiva Omkara Bhole Har Shiva Omkara 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 Ekanan Chaturanan Panchanan Raje Ekanan Chaturanan Panchanan Raje Hansasan Garudasan Vrishvahan Saje Hansasan Garudasan Vrishvahan Saje Jai Shiva Omkara Bhole Har Shiva Omkara Jai Shiva Omkara Bhole Har Shiva Omkara Om Har 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 Mahadev 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 Do bhuj charu chatur bhuj Das bhuj te sohe Do bhuj charu chatur bhuj Das bhuj te sohe Tino roop nirakta Tribhuvan jhan mohe Jai Shiva Omkara Bhole Har Shiva Omkara Bhole Jai Shiva Omkara Bhole Har Shiva Omkara Om Har 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 Mahadev 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 Shvetambar Peeths Baghambar Ange Shvetambar Peeths Baghambar Ange Adik Brahmadik Bhutadik Sange Sankadik Brahmadik Bhutadik Sange जय शिव ओंकारा, भोले हर शिव ओंकारा, जय शिव ओंकारा, शंभो हर शिव ओंकारा, ओम हर 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 महादेव, ओम हर 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 महादेव, ओम हर 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 महादेव, ओम हर 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 महादेव।
अक्षमाला वनमाला
रुंडमाला धारी, अक्षमाला वनमाला रुंडमाला धारी, चंदन मृग मध सोहे भाले शशिधारी, चंदन मृग मध सोहे भाले शशिधारी, जय शिव ओंकारा, भोले हर शिव ओंकारा, जय शिव ओंकारा, भोले हर शिव ओंकारा, ओम हर 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 महादेव, ओम हर 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 महादेव, ओम हर 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 महादेव, ओम हर 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 महादेव।
हर के श्रेष्ठ कमंडनु
चक्र त्रिशूल धरता,
हर के
श्रेष्ठ कमंडल
चक्र त्रिशूल
धरता, जग करता जग हरता, जग पालन करता, जग करता जग हरता, जग पालन करता, जय शिव ओंकारा, भोले
हर शिव ओंकारा, जय शिव ओंकारा, भोले हर शिव ओंकारा, ओम हर 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 महादेव, हर 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 महादेव, हर 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 महादेव, ओम हर 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 महादेव, 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 जय शिव ओंकारा, भोले हर शिव ओंकारा, जय शिव ओंकारा, भोले हर शिव ओंकारा, बोल हर 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 महादेव, 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 हर 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 महादेव।
आत्मा त्वं गिरिजा मति सहचरा, प्राणाशरीरं गृह, पूजाते विषयोपभोगर्चना, निद्रा समाधिस्तति, संचार पदयो प्रदक्षिण विधि, स्तोत्राणि सर्वगिरा, यद्यत् कर्म करोमि तत् तदखिलं शम्भो तवा राधनम् करचरणकृतं वाकायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा पराधम् विहितम् अविहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। हर 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 शंभो हर 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 शंभो। महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। असतो मा तमसो मा मृत्योर्मा ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। बोले गणपति भगवान की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, सिया भज रामचंद्र की, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, जगदम्बिका माता की। नमः पार्वती पतये हर 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 महादेव शंभो। सत्य सनातन धर्म की सबको जय जय सीताराम। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय। Such a pleasant atmosphere, so much of love and devotion in this temple, and because all of you bring so much of love and devotion here, please do not leave without taking Aarti, prasadam at the door, and our volunteers have prepared Bhajan for you. Please eat and bless our temple, bless all our people, bless our community, so we can all grow in harmony. I will see all of you tomorrow evening for puja, and those of you who join us in the morning virtually for satsang, tomorrow will be the last of the 54, so please join in as well. Thank you. Bhagwan's blessings.